This is a dark romance that follows a woman whose social media feed is filled with masked men. It honestly is so sad. I've had these books on my shelf for like 2 years and I still don't know how to say this author's name. To dramatically transform your life by helping you to break free of mental patterns that are holding you back. I know that this is a hot take, but I love Hello and welcome back or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today I'm going to be going through the books on my March TBR, so if you are interested to see what books made the list, then keep on watching. I'm very picky when it comes to what books go on my March TBR. March is my birthday month, so shout out to all the March babies, all the Pisces, but since it's my birthday month, I don't want any duds. I want all bangers all month long. So I purposefully go through my TBR every year, both physical and virtual, and I try to pick out the books that I have been really wanting to read and think that I will absolutely love. So you can kind of think of this as like a faux 5-star predictions video, which I'll have a whole separate video where I talk about why I'm not actually doing a 5-star predictions video this year. But for all intents and purposes, this is the closest thing that you are going to get to a 5-star predictions list from me this year. A couple of these are buddy reads, a couple of these are for vlogs, and a couple of these are just because. There are a total of 11 books on this list. Will I get to all 11? Probably not, but that's not the point. Out of the 11, 5 of these are books that I've already talked about in recent videos, whether it be my self-destruct list or my 25 and 25, so that you don't have to re-listen to me go through the spiel of books that you literally just heard me talk about last week. I'm going to start with the books that I've already talked about and do like a quick 5 words or less summary for each of those, and then I'll move on to the other books on the list that I haven't talked about on my channel yet. So I want to try to do this like Family Feud, Fast Money style, so let's put 20 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings compared to British Gossip Girl. How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong, the writer for Hulu's Dollface. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Mystery Plus Mental Health Rep. In the Weeds by B.K. Borson. One Night Stand Second Chance. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Attorney Wife Defends Cheating Husband. But then I didn't like that, so I changed it to Murdered Mistress Is He Guilty? Now moving on to books that I haven't talked about in recent videos. We have Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. This is a dark romance that follows a woman whose social media feed is filled with masked men. Her fascination grows into vivid dreams where she's chased by these men, hoping that they'll catch her and fulfill her darkest fantasies. Everything changes though when a drunken text turns her twisted dreams into a dangerous reality, thrusting her into a world where these masked figures are more than just figments of her imagination. The story features a morally gray male lead. It also explores themes of power, desire, and control. Naturally, I will be reading this with Donna. This is, from what I've heard, being compared to Butcher and Blackbird, which is actually the book that started our dark romance buddy reads together last year. So this should be fun, or at least I'm hoping it will be. Unravel Me by Tahira Mafi. It honestly is so sad. I've had these books on my shelf for like 2 years and I still don't know how to say this author's name. It is a problem that I really need to correct. I'm so sorry. But this is the second book in the Shatter Me series. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to like spoil anything from the first book in case you haven't read it. But this book picks up right where the first one left off. Juliet has always known that her touch is deadly, capable of killing anyone who comes near her, except a select few apparently. And this has her questioning everything about herself and her abilities. But Juliet is ready to fight back against the reestablishment in this dystopian romance that blends love triangles with action, psychological tension, and morally ambiguous male main characters. I reread Shatter Me in January. I reread Destroy Me, which is the first novella, in February. And now moving on to Unravel Me for March. My plan is to read one novel or novella, depending on what's next in the series, each month for the rest of the year. And if I'm able to keep up with that, I will be able to finally finish this series, including the new release that comes out this year. I will be able to finish the entire series by the end of the year because there are just enough books that I can read one for each month and be finished. So I haven't like announced any kind of like official read along or anything like that. I guess this could be considered the official announcement for the read along. I don't know. If you guys are interested in reading along with this series, then let me know that in the comments, and I can like put together something in like Discord or whatever so we have a place to talk about it. But that is my plan so that I can finally finish this series. See You Yesterday by Rachel Lynn Solomon follows Barrett Bloom, who is a college freshman hoping to leave her college experience behind her, which naturally means, of course, that the first day of college would involve a series of unfortunate and embarrassing events, like accidentally setting a frat house on fire. She finds herself stuck in a time loop, reliving the first day of school over and over again, but she isn't the only one. It turns out that her classmate Miles has also been living in this time loop for months now, and they work together to uncover the mystery behind their time travel predicament. They bond over their shared adventure and start to fall for each other. This book combines romance, young adult drama, self-discovery, and explores the consequences of choices. I loved the other two books that I've read from this author, which was Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, and Past, Present, Future, and I know that this is a hot take, but I love time travel and I love the Groundhog Day trope. So I'm really excited for this. I feel like this book is like right up my alley. And yeah, I can't wait. Next is The Villain Edit by Laurie DeVore, or at least I think that's how you say the author's name. But this follows Jacqueline, who is a romance novelist whose career has hit rock bottom. So she decides to move to South Carolina and join the hit reality dating show called The One, believing that her experience as a romance novelist will help her win over the bachelor Marcus and reignite her career. Things start off well until she discovers that Henry Foster, her last one-night stand, is secretly a producer for the show. She soon realizes that she's being given a villain edit where her every move is twisted into drama for the cameras, and her plan to rebuild her career appears to be backfiring. This story combines romance, drama, and is a deep dive into the manipulative world of reality TV. I believe this is Love Triangle, Enemies to Lovers, and Second Chance. The premise of this sounds amazing. I don't really watch reality TV, kind of for this exact reason. It's honestly baffling that some people still don't realize that reality TV is mostly manufactured. So this book is perfect because I love getting a look like behind the curtain of big productions. So I'm excited to see what aspects of reality TV get exposed in this. A Cruel Thirst by Angela Montoya follows Carolina, which that's probably not the proper pronunciation of her name, but in an effort not to butcher it, and also I don't want to like be offensive or anything, so I don't want to try to say it with a Spanish accent, so we're just gonna stick with Carolina for this video. But she is determined to prove to herself and to her family that she would make a better vampire slayer than wife. Her world is thrown into chaos when she crosses paths with the handsome and kind Lalo, who was cursed and then transformed into a vampire and is now looking for answers. The unlikely pair team up and have to navigate their complicated feelings that evolve for one another. This fantasy book combines romance, vampires, and action in a story that is supposed to be full of danger, passion, and self-discovery. This was a recommendation from Paco from Bad Witch Books. I think he did an interview with the author, so I will link that video down below in case you want to check that out. But the last book that Paco recommended me was Blood Debts, and you guys already know that I am obsessed with that series, so let's see if this one will be just as good. And the last book on this list is The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. This is a self-help book rooted in Toltec wisdom that explores how our beliefs and self-imposed limitations rob us from joy and cause unnecessary suffering. The Four Agreements are principles that are supposed to dramatically transform your life by helping you to break free of mental patterns that are holding you back. This book is basically supposed to help readers create a life that is more fulfilling and aligned with your true self, and offer a pathway to greater freedom, happiness, and love. Now, I know in the beginning of this video I talked about the fact that all the books on this list were like very carefully selected, and they're all books that like I really wanted to read, like couldn't wait, so excited, think I'll love, give 5 stars. This book doesn't really fit the birthday month criteria like at all. This was actually recommended to me by my old therapist like a year and a half ago, and I'll talk about and I'll explain in more detail in a different video like why I'm finally deciding to read this and why now. But those are all of the books that are on my birthday month TBR. Let me know down below if you have read any of these, or what are some books that you are planning to read for the month of March. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Check out the linked videos down below in the description, and click here to subscribe if you haven't already. Click here or here to see more content from me, and don't forget to ring that bell so you are notified the next time I post a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.